What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So today we're actually going to put this thing on the dyno, see what kind of power it makes. We've got a few things to do to it still. Boost controller, hook up the CO2, and then we're just going to run a cooler right off the ground right into the intercooler, keep that chilled, and see what kind of power it makes. 1 week from tomorrow, we'll actually be in Martin, Michigan at Streetcar Takeover, probably getting knocked out first round in the small tire class. Quick overview for the new people. This is a 2014 Copo Camaro. It was originally a 350 cubic inch supercharged car. We've had this thing since it was new, 2014. Bought it from GM. Raced it the day we got it and been racing it ever since. The motor is not the original one that came in it, but built close to it. It's a 360 cubic inch LSX block. It's got LSX, LS7 port, 6 bolt heads on it. The turbo is a 106 113 millimeter VS Racing unit that we picked up from VS Racing. Actually a very budget friendly turbo. It's a G55 base. The intercooler we got from Motion Raceworks. It's a shear fab. I think it's like a 4-inch tall, the biggest one that they make. We did all the fab work ourselves right here. That's why it doesn't look perfect, but hopefully it gets the job done. Right now the car has the original transmission that came in it, which does not have a trans brake. There's a 400 sitting right there that's got a 210 first gear and a second gear leave trans brake in it, which is going to go in this. Here's our little tiny 16 volt battery we got in it that we killed on our last video. We're going to get that thing all charged up. And we're running C16 fuel. That's the A1000 fuel pump that we're running on. Dash 8 fuel line. I mean, this thing is pretty much the way you see it from GM. Doesn't come with a 750 cage. We ended up doing that after we bought it. But we're running C16 because 1, we have a small fuel pump. 2, we've only got Dash 8 feed and return lines. So that's going to restrict us on how much we can turn up. We're really going to have to keep an eye on the fuel system and on the logs to make sure we're holding a steadier fuel ratio. C16, we should be all right to push this thing, hopefully to, I don't know, I'm hoping 1600 horse pretty easily. I don't know how hard we're gonna push it on the dyno. So we're gonna do what we've got to do to it, get the thing ready to go, get it over in the other room, get it on the dyno, and start making pulse with this thing. Alright, so we got this thing hooked up. Here's what we're going to use for the intercooler. It's got a Rule 2000 in it. Had some nasty water and it's been like sitting in there for like, I don't know, 4 years. But I just wanted to make my lines and then I'm going to go take that, clean it out, put some fresh water in it. The pump we're actually going to run should be a lot better than a Rule, but we're going to have a lot longer lines. So we'll see how much pressure that thing actually puts out. That's pretty much it. I got the tack lead hooked up to the spark plug wire. Dyno is bolted up. I noticed this. This is how much we've raced this thing. Definitely should clean those inner fenders out. That's a lot of rubber. There could be some weight there. So we put a 5-bar map sensor in it. And the tune is way off. If you notice when it was idling back in the garage, it was kind of running like crap. So it's going to take me a little bit of time to dial in that map sensor and then we'll pick back up after I'm done messing around with that, and we'll start making some pulls with this thing. I got nervous. I don't know. My screen like glitched, and I had no idea what the air fuel was. I saw 9.0.
Ooh.
I have no idea what kind of boost it made.
Didn't seem like much.
6 pounds of boost. Alright guys, we made a few pulls without the camera on. That last pull we made 866 on, it was about 6.5 pounds of boost. I was struggling with my air fuel. I ended up turning the closed loop and the learn down. Learn's at 15%, closed loops down to 10 in those areas, and it seemed to help it. It was almost like it was fighting itself, because I didn't have right in this area right here, my fuel table was nice and smooth. It wasn't, you know, jumping around like the air fuel was showing. So I thought it had to be something with the closed loop and learn. So turn those down. 6.5 pounds of boost, 23 degrees of timing right there. That's nothing. Manifold air temp 104. So I mean, this thing, everything looks happy. Duty cycle is only 32%. So we're going to turn the boost controller on and see what kind of power she makes. It's still falling off, as you guys can see. Boost is still falling off. Right there, that run started at 12.8, and then by the time the end of the run, it's down to 10.1 pounds of boost. So it loses 2 pounds of boost over the run, which is why the thing really isn't making any more peak power. Heck, it made peak power right there at 7,200. And we ran the thing to 81. I mean, it's making peak power down here where it's making boost. 10 pounds right at the end is still making 975. I mean, that's nothing to complain about, but I'm gonna complain because I can't get it to do what I want. So start messing with this thing a little more. I've been on it all day. Heck, it's 5 o'clock right now. I got out here at 10 o'clock, but yeah, we're gonna figure this thing out. We skipped right over 1,000 horsepower, made 1123, and look at the little yellow line. We are still dropping boost. It's actually got the same exact boost curve that I had before, which, I mean, adding power doesn't fix things, I know, but figured I might as well try. But that was, she spiked at 18, fell down to, you can watch the numbers fall, 16 pounds of boost, and then here's where it fell big time, right about 7,900, where this thing really starts to sing. It fell to 13.4 pounds of boost. So if we could get this thing to stay at 16 pounds, it should make every bit of 1,300 horse at 16 pounds of boost. And that's with today the weather. I mean, it's 2,700 foot right now. If you can't tell by the look of my face, it's a little hot out here. So yeah, I'm just gonna have to put the camera down, quit dynoing, and do some research on how to get this yellow boost curve to be flat. Alright guys, it is the next day. I just made one pull because last night when I made this, just bring it up here. When I made this curve, I made a pull and it didn't log, so I had nothing to compare it to. So now that I got this curve in here and I'm comparing it, this is my boost line right here. I think what I'm doing is it's over boosting here at 14.7. Right now it's making 14.7 right as soon as as soon as the turbo spools, and it's commanding 10. But then once I get to over here where my boost curve starts down here, you can see I got 11.1, 11.7, 12.3. The boost actually starts following that curve all the way up to 14. So I mean, according to online, I got to fix my PID settings. I've messed with my PID stuff all day long yesterday and couldn't get this to go away. So I'm just gonna leave, I'm just gonna put a flat line up here where this is curving up and where it's working, and somehow figure out how to get that. I just think it's overshooting right here, and that's what we're dealing with. Well, I guess it's back to building a boost curve with the computer, because I put this little shebang on here. It's got the dome sensor in here. CO2 comes into here before it goes into the gates. That's supposed to get rid of a boost spike, supposedly. I made that out of an old AC dryer. And yeah, she was still, let's see if I can get the computer over here one-handed. Yellow line right there, that's the boost falling down. Started at 16, ended at 12. Made 1085, so I don't know. If you guys know how to fix this, let me know. Hopefully I've already got it figured out before you're seeing this, but yeah, I've been lost for 2 days, so I could use some help. Alright, I've now taken the wastegates apart, looped them up. This one on the passenger side actually felt kind of stuck because we're still dropping boost. And I mean, that was 12 pounds of boost to drop to. Started at 14, dropped to 12, made 1,046. If you look in there, that's what we're about to run. Check out that boost curve. I'm getting tired of it. Ready to make some power, so I'll make one more pass for you guys, and then I'm gonna call it a day. Been here for 2 days straight working on this pile of junk, and I've about had enough. So one more pull, hopefully it'll end up right around 18 pounds. We'll see what kind of power it makes. All right, well, that last pull where I said we were gonna make 18 pounds of boost, it did not do what I wanted it to do. And so I got mad, closed up shop, changed clothes, went out to eat, and just got back here to clean everything up. that last pull, it made, I didn't even save the pull. It made like 1070. Oh no, it made 1090 right there. It's flashing. I added to the dome, and don't ask me why, but for some reason it just didn't take what I was trying to give it. I don't know why. I tried to make another pull, and I was having issues. Like right here, this isn't even the boost curve I had, but when I entered it in, up here, I had a nice curve up to 18 on the dome, and then somehow down here, I somehow zeroed all the numbers out, and then when I made the pull, I had no boost, so I threw numbers in there. They were in the wrong spot, and I just decided to call it a night. Looking at this log, I found something really weird, and this was 1125 pull, and my fuel pressure spikes right there, it's blue. My oil pressure spikes right there, it's yellow. And my dome sensor spikes all at the same time. So I've got a couple issues I've got to figure out on this thing. This spike in the dome right here is causing this little loop-de-loop in the boost. You can see them right there. Right as soon as the dome sees this crazy high number of, see, what is it reading, 23 psi, it starts adding boost, and that's why this isn't a gradual line going down. I still haven't figured out if this is over boost. This yellow is boost. All right, what I was saying before the camera died. Right here, we're commanding 15 on the dome, and it made 18.3. Right here, we're commanding 15 on the dome, and it made 13.3. So that's what I'm struggling with. That's what I dealt with the last 2 days, is trying to figure that out. I messed with the PID settings. Those aren't even, I don't know where this tune came from. Those aren't what I had in. I had 5, 5, and 0 in it the last pull. Messed with those a bunch. Did bunch of tests on that, tried to figure that out. Ended up with 1123. That was the best on roughly a falling boost level from like 16 down to 12. So if I could keep that consistent 16 psi line straight across, this thing will usually make 1300 horse probably on just 15 pounds of boost. And I believe that was, for the people that are gonna ask, 18 degrees of timing when it had 13 degrees in it. When it had 18 degrees in it, 13 degrees of timing. So as my boost is falling, my timing's going back up because of how I have the timing table. That's gonna wrap it up, guys. Like I said, if you have any idea, things I can try or what I'm doing wrong, there's somebody out there that knows more to this than I do. I'm totally lost. So please leave a comment, let me know. If you guys haven't yet subscribed, hit that subscribe button, because we're gonna start doing a lot of this stuff. I mean, this car is supposed to be at the racetrack in 6 days, racing for Streetcar Takeover. But yeah, I'd like to take it to the track, I think. Maybe build a boost curve off of that, and then I can just tune around this. So I don't know, we'll figure it out. That's gonna be it for tonight. Thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next one.